Hey everyone, I recently made a trip to Florida and I thought I should make a video on this because a lot of people have come to me in the past and they've asked me like, how do you take these pictures? Like, where do you go? What do you do? And how does your day go by when you're out there? So I thought this is a good opportunity for me to make this video and walk you all with me to Florida. I was there for 3 days and I did some phenomenal bird photography. I saw so many different kinds of birds. So let's not waste any time. Come on, let's go to my first location. I'm at the owl's nest here and it's just amazing. These little burrowing owls are just coming out of the holes and just bouncing all over the place. And it's so much fun to photograph. Let me see if I can turn the video and show you. Okay, I flipped my camera and that's the owl sitting on the ground. I hope you guys can see it. He's very tiny, but he's right there. Wow, look at those eyes. What a cute little bird. Once in a while, these owls leave their nest and perch on a tree or post, turn their head and look right at you. And that's when you need to snap a photo. In this picture, you can see the owl is looking at the sky. I noticed something about these owls. When they are out in the open, they tend to be very attentive about their surroundings. I think they have a lot of threat from other birds of prey like hawks. While I was there, I saw a grackle harass one of the owls. It must be really bad to be under such constant threat or pressure. Well, I clicked a lot of photos of these owls. I always wanted to get a photo of a pair, and eventually these two owls sat next to each other. Hey, you just need that one shot to have your mission accomplished, right? Okay, people, my first day in Florida comes to an end. I now head to a nice Cuban restaurant for some delicious dinner and then to my room. Tomorrow is a brand new day. Morning, a new day begins, and I'm at my favorite place here to photograph birds. My favorite bird comes here, and that's the osprey. I love photographing the osprey, and there's so many of them here. They just dive non-stop and just pull out some awesome fish from the water. So an exciting day, and let's see how it goes. Nice ocean and lots of ospreys. As I approached to the beach, I was greeted with this beautiful sunrise. And as the sun came up, I looked up to the sky and there it was, an osprey hovering over, looking to dive in for a nice breakfast. Looks like this bird has spotted something. He banks himself, pulls his wings back, and takes a dive towards the water. It hits the water but no fish in its claws. An osprey sometimes has to make multiple dives before it can successfully make a catch. While the ospreys were working hard, this bird wanted a free breakfast. It tried to snatch one of the live baits of a fisherman. You can clearly see the line and the hook in the picture. I am glad the hook did not pierce into the bird's neck or beak. That would have been really nasty. Hey, there's no shortcut, bird. Look at the osprey. You need to get some inspiration and work hard just like him. Speaking of hard work, here was another osprey hovering in the sky, all set to dive into the water below. Wow, just look at that intensity in those eyes. That is like a fighter jet locking onto its target. Well, the osprey did not miss this time. It pulled out a huge fish out of the water. But wait, some crazy drama is going to unfold here. As the osprey is about to fly, a pelican comes from behind and just snatches that fish from the osprey's claws. I was really lucky to have witnessed this spectacular event and capture it all through the lens of my camera. Just wow. Hey, look who's back. Looks like this bird did learn something from the osprey. He actually got a live fish this time as opposed to live bait. Good for him. In the meantime, here is another osprey successfully making a catch and pulling out a huge fish from the ocean. Well, enough praising of the ospreys. Now it is time for the pelicans to show off their diving skills. Look at the aerodynamic shape the pelican converts itself into before making a dive. I always feel us humans take pride in inventing technology like the aircraft, but these birds have figured out the science behind it millions of years ago. Isn't that just fascinating? Here comes another osprey with a huge catfish. This one gave me a nice stare before flying away. Okay, this is the last picture of the morning. Look at the sack of this pelican and those tiny fish inside of it. It is like a large vacuum just sucking this fish from the ocean. Just amazing. Well, a very productive morning of photography comes to an end. I just enjoyed my time here and I got some fantastic pictures. Time to move on and go to the next location. Wasn't that just amazing? I mean, looking through all these birds from my camera's lens and watching all these events unfold in front of me, it's like meditation to me. Sometimes I just get lost into nature. I mean, there are times where I forget to click the shutter button of my camera. I just keep watching something and the event happens and I realize, oh, you know what? It happened. Anyways, let's go to my next location. This was a little down south in Florida, and I was into wetlands now. A lot of wading birds come there. So, come on, let's go. As I was walking through these wetlands, I came across this green iguana sitting on a tree. Look at those details on its head. Looks so prehistoric. For a moment, I thought I was in Jurassic Park. As I walked a little further, I saw these great blue herons getting into a heated argument. There was a lot of commotion going on in that nest. Okay, I have to share this story with you. Here we are shooting a great blue heron who is almost ready to catch a fish. The security guard at the park comes and tells us that we have 10 minutes before the park closes. Well, we wait for 10 minutes, but nothing happens. The guard comes back and says it's time to leave. My good friend Mike says, hey, I think as we get up on our feet, this heron is going to fish. And as soon as we stand up, boom! This heron strikes the water and pulls out a huge tilapia. Wow, just look at the size of that fish. If you watch closely, you can see the beak piercing through the fish's body. That is one nasty strike. The heron finally flew off with its catch, and with that, my second day in Florida came to an end. Time to get some good food and wait for another splendid day to begin. A very good morning. Okay, my last day in Florida. A beautiful morning here, little foggy. The sun is just coming up. I'm heading to this place which has lots and lots of nesting ospreys. I'll be hopping onto a boat and getting closer to these ospreys. I have heard there are more than 100 nesting pairs right now. You can shoot some good headshots of the ospreys eating the fish. Sometimes you see them carrying the fish to the nest, so you can get some good flight shots with the fish in their claws. Wow, I just can't wait to get there. Wow, look at these beautiful trees standing tall in the water. The sun is up, very little wind, and calm water. This is like a perfect setup for some good bird photography. Whoa, look who welcomes me to the lake, a peregrine falcon. They can fly close to 200 miles per hour. I have witnessed a peregrine falcon hunting before. After seeing how they fly that fast and hunt another bird mid-air, I have a very special appreciation for this amazing bird of prey. Look at that beautiful pattern on its wings. Light was just perfect for this shot. Not too far away, I spotted this osprey eating his breakfast. Ospreys always eat the head of the fish first and then move to the rest of the body. It is a mystery for me why they do that. Ospreys are very protective about their nest. A turkey vulture was perched next to this osprey's nest, and the osprey was like, get off my property. Look at those claws pointed at the vulture. I think the vulture did the right thing here by just getting off that branch. This red shouldered hawk met with the same fate. No ways the osprey was going to tolerate a hawk near its nest. Hey, look at this bird. He has an ornament on him. Well, the truth here is these birds share the same planet with us humans, and sometimes we cross paths on not very good terms. I really felt bad for this bird. I wish there was a way to get that fisherman's hook and bait out of its head. When on a positive note, he absolutely looked healthy to me, so hopefully all is good. Well, no Florida trip is complete without an alligator, so I had to share this one. Let's move on to the next image. This is the last photo from my boat trip. This hawk was not shy at all. I had to snap a picture when it looked right at me. With this, a beautiful morning comes to an end. Okay, this is the last leg of the trip. I'm here in central Florida, surrounded by these wetlands. A very quiet evening, and I can already hear a red shouldered hawk somewhere nearby. Let's check it out. Ah, there he is. Look at those beautiful pattern on its wings. And look at those clear red markings too. Now we all know why he is called the red shouldered hawk. As I was walking along the edge of the water, I spotted this glossy ibis. A very common bird, but I liked how the evening light was shining on his glossy feathers and those yellow leaves over the water. That was worth a shot. Well, this is the last bird of my trip, the Aninga. They are expert divers, can dive up to 60 feet deep, and can stay underwater for over a minute. I call them the submarines of Florida. It might not be the cutest bird out there, but it is really photogenic in my opinion. This was my first video that I made, and I tried my best to give you the same experience that I had in Florida in watching these birds and photographing these birds. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. I plan to make more videos like this going into the future, so I'm hoping to get better with time in making these videos. So until next time, guys, see ya.